Hello, this is Chris Coffey, Instructional Technology Coach for Bamberg School District 1. In a previous video, I showed people how to save time with different tips on Office, and one of them was inserting AutoText. And I had a few emails about how to create custom AutoText, so I'm going to take a few minutes and just show you how to do that. What I have is Office 2010, so if yours looks slightly different, if you're using 2007, it should be similar. If you're using older versions, you're going to have to follow slightly different steps. But I have a blank Word document here, and I'm going to do something that a teacher would do on a regular basis, say create a worksheet. And one of the things that goes on every worksheet is name, little blank space, date, little blank space, and maybe shrink that a little bit, period. Alright, let's shrink that up so it'll all fit on one line. There we go. So that might be something you put on every single worksheet that you create as a teacher. Well, notice it didn't take that long, but when you're doing that for every worksheet you create, it can be kind of time consuming. If I really wanted to play with this, I might say I'm going to make the word name bold and date and period bold. So all those bolds, I might change the font or the size or something like that. But once you have it exactly the way you want, you're going to highlight the text that you're going to make an auto text. You're going to go into Insert, and over here under Quick Parts, you'll get your pull down menu, and if you go to AutoText, you can say Save Selection to AutoText Gallery, and we'll call this, instead of name, we'll call this Worksheet Header. Notice once you've named your AutoText, by default it's going to be in AutoText, but if you wanted to change it and put it as a cover page or as a footer, those kind of things, you can. For most of the things that you're going to create, AutoText will be the right place to put it. And you can also create categories. The next time I go to create a Word document and it's going to be a worksheet, or I need that same heading, I can just go to Insert, Quick Parts, AutoText, and then scroll down to wherever I have Worksheet Header, and there it is. So another idea for the AutoText is, if you're a teacher, you might use directions a lot. You might be typing up the same directions over and over. So as you can see, I've created one called Quiz Directions, and so very easy to just throw that in, and it needs to be generic enough that it will fit pretty much any quiz, and then I can always add to it later on if I have extra instructions or specific instructions for a quiz. But again, that saves you, depending on how fast you type, that can save you a couple minutes in between the header and like the directions and other things. I've shown you how to go to Insert, Quick Parts, AutoText, all of this, but AutoText truly is AutoText. So I'm going to open up a new document, and again, it's time for me to make another worksheet or quiz. This time I'm not going to go into Insert at all. All I'm going to do is I'm going to remember the name Worksheet Header, and notice as I start typing it out, it comes up right here, and all I have to do is hit Enter to insert. And then I'll do the same thing for Quiz Directions, but first I want to put the title Quiz. That becomes an issue, so I'm going to say Quiz, but I don't want the directions. So I'm going to space. Now in reality, what I would do is I would make the title quiz part of the directions, because that way it would line up right, and again save me time in the long run. If you do have an auto text that is a word that you use frequently and it tries to come up as an auto text, you just hit space. Now for mine's quiz header, so it has a space, so I have to hit space twice, and that gets the auto text box away. Then down here below it, I'm actually wanting the quiz header to come up, and so there we go. And to do it fast, to show you once you get the hang of it, again I'll open up even another new document, and I'll say Worksheet Header, and then I'll say Quiz, and I'll say, if I can type, Quiz, and there it goes, I'm done. Little things like this really do save a lot of time, especially if you're doing it day to day or multiple times in a day. You know, even just saving 5-10 seconds here and there can make a task seem to go by a whole lot faster, a lot less stressful. So hopefully this tip's been useful. Remember, if you have any questions or comments, please email me at ccoffee@bamberg1.net.